happening. If she could find any examples of this being true, that would be a huge story, and deservedly so. But all we have is an interview, whose subject has claimed is deceptively edited, and who both sides claim was done under false pretenses.
The advocates abroad are coaching those people as well, are coaching criminals, are coaching ISIS how to skirt the system.
That's a pretty low standard of evidence to suggest an NGO is helping ISIS sneaking into Europe. In the 2 weeks that followed the posting of this interview to YouTube, Ariel Ricker got over 37,000 rape and death threats. The second interview on Lesbos was also previewed on Lauren's YouTube channel, and this time it featured Panos Moraitis from Emergency Response Center International. This one wasn't quite the viral sensation that the Ariel Ricker interview was, even though it supposedly included a confession. The interview itself is pretty pointless. 2 questions are asked: what the charges against Moraitis are, and how many people he's rescued at sea. And then he's allowed to make a statement about how the charges against him are bogus. What was cut from the final film was the lead-up to the statement, where he professes his innocence. The phrase,
"A lot of right-wing media saying that you are a human trafficker." I just wanted a very direct response.
But
a lot of right-wing media suggests that the crew got access, saying that's precisely what they weren't. They admit to as much in the YouTube video when speaking about an interview supposedly with Moraitis' lawyer.
Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in everyone. I wanted to do just a quick little 2 seconds here on the YouTubes and see if I can pull as many as you as I can over to Twitch. Because right now we're about to do a late show with none other than Jose. The most warm, buttery, beautiful voice you've ever heard in your life. Here's some more of his warm, buttery voice in case you don't know who Jose is. And of course, his voice isn't playing at that one point.
Discuss the work her organization does. The interview with Ariel was released a few months in advance of Borderless on YouTube, and it was picked up by Breitbart and RT, both sides.
Isn't that a beautiful, warm, buttery voice? Like, isn't it amazing? Yes, to everyone who's tuning in right now. So I'm going to be interviewing Jose. We're going to finish watching his awesome and hilarious new documentary where he basically took down Lauren Southern in every way, shape, every possible way. And we're going to do a ton of fun stuff over on the Twitch. So everyone who wants to see that live show, please come join us on Twitch. I'll just wait for a little while longer, but this is what you're going to be hearing. You're going to be hearing this warm, buttery, beautiful voice.
Sites with a history of spreading anti-refugee content. The short clip to set up this interview that was released on YouTube annoyed me for a few reasons. The first is that it used that shaky cam style again, even
when he's annoyed, it sounds beautiful, right? Like, even then, Jose, he just sounds so good, and he's going to be talking to us live. Like, don't you want to listen to Jose's warm, buttery voice in your ears for the next hour? Doesn't that sound great? The only way to do that is to go over to Twitch. Also, another thing we're going to be doing over on the Twitch, everybody, is we're going to be picking emoticons, because on the Twitch we get to actually submit the emojis and the emoticons that Twitch uses, unlike YouTube, where it's just this set. We get to make them ourselves. So we've been trying to decide between Super High Trump, which was released today. As you can tell, his pupils are quite dilated in this photo, and he's clenching his jaw. I think he was quite high on the cocaine when he was on this one, or amphetamines or something like that. The other one we want to do is Count Dankula, who is actually doing a yikes. We found him making the yikes face, and this is him actually being shocked at what Carl Benjamin had to say in their old UKIP rallies. So we're choosing between Super High Donald Trump on the left and the yikes on the right. So one of those two is definitely going to be the road we go down. So yes, come join us over at the Twitch. Help us decide which of these 2 emoticons we're actually going to add to the Twitch catalog of emojis that everyone gets to use. And come join us, because we're going to be listening to the warm and beautiful Jose.
Even though you can clearly see a tripod in the background, and they're standing in a hotel. Can't you take a minute to grab that?
Yeah, come to Twitch. It's honestly, it's you don't have to choose between the two. You can just come to Twitch for the live shows, and it's fun. You sign in the same way you sign into YouTube. The chat works the exact same. The whole thing works the exact same as YouTube. There's really no differences whatsoever, outside of the fact that we don't get in trouble, and it doesn't jeopardize our YouTube channel when we say talk about the LGBTQ plus community. It's great.
That tripod, so your movie won't look like a jittery mess for the next few minutes.
But anyways, everyone, come over to Twitch, twitch.tv/thesurfstv, and we're going to do a live show with Jose right now, and hopefully I'll see you.